The playboy turned war hero who stared death in the face, saved his men with a rope clenched in his teeth as he swam across an open ocean, and left his mark in the dark waters of the South Pacific. He would be a symbol of courage under fire long before he ever stepped in the White House. This is John F. Kennedy, President John F. Kennedy of the United States of America. Welcome to Recon Lore, where American history isn't just history, it's lore. And we're bringing that America core with your daily dose of patriotic pride. The mission is to fight back against this anti-American culture with the stories of positive American history that help build the best nation in the world. If you love America, join the movement by subscribing and like the video so we get as many of us together as quickly as we can. So our 250th anniversary of independence, we'll be dropping a piece of American lore as much as possible. Share with a friend and hit that notification bell to keep up with every video that's put out. The more support the channel gets, the more videos of American guts and glory come your way. Born in 1917, John Fitzgerald Kennedy was never meant to be ordinary. The son of Joseph P. Kennedy Sr., U.S. Ambassador to Britain, multimillionaire, John was a bit of a nepo baby. But the circumstance that you're born in is not something you can control. What you can control is what you do with your life after. And although Jack was surrounded by privilege, he was plagued by chronic illness and a really bad back. He once joked that he had more doctors than most hospitals. But when World War II broke out, he refused to sit out. "I couldn't let my brothers go without me," he told a friend. Despite a spinal condition that would have grounded most men, Jack pulled every string in the book to get into the Navy. Think about that. Most people would try to pull strings to get out of war. My man was pulling strings to get into war. That's some next level stuff right there. By 1943, he was a lieutenant, commanding Patrol Torpedo Boat 109, PT 109, a 77-foot plywood hot rod designed to hit hard and run fast. The PT boat, said one sailor, was a cigarette pack full of gasoline and torpedoes. His crew adored him. He was calm, sharp, and didn't stand on rank. One of his crewmen, Ensign George Ross, later said, "Jack was the kind of officer who'd stand at midnight watch with you and crack jokes while the rain poured." August 1st, 1943, near the Solomon Islands, Kennedy's PT 109 drifts in the dark. Engines idling, visibility zero. The stars look like 1,000 pinholes in a velvet sky. "It was so dark you couldn't see your hand," said Ross. "Just had the hum of the engine and the smell of fuel." Their mission? Intercept Japanese troop transports under the cover of night. But the destroyers? Those steel behemoths were out there too. At 2:30 a.m., out of nowhere, a massive shadow appeared. The Japanese destroyer Amagiri, 2,000 tons of metal moving at 40 knots, slicing the PT 109 clean in half. The night exploded. Gasoline flames across the sea, ammunition cooking, screams over roars. 2 men instantly killed, the rest thrown into the flaming water. Kennedy surfaced in the chaos, coughing smoke and salt water. He could taste fuel, see fire, hear the cries of his men. "Anyone here?" he yelled. From the dark came faint voices. Patrick "Patty" Mahoon, burned and barely conscious. The rest scattered across the waves. "He swam like a madman through the burning water," Ross said later. "Grabbed us one by one, hauling us onto the floating bow section. That man had ice water in his veins." The survivors, 11 of them, clung to a half-submerged wreckage, but the flames drew the Japanese search planes closer, and the current was pulling them into the open water. "We got to make land," Kennedy said. He spotted a faint outline of an island on the horizon, Plum Pudding Island, 3 miles away. He tied Mick Mahoon's life jacket strapped to his teeth and started swimming 3 miles against the current in the pitch black water. Every few minutes, he'd stop, check on Mick Mahoon, and say, "You doing fine, Pappy," recalled Ross. It was like watching a ghost lead us through hell. After hours of punishing swimming, they reached land, exhausted, half burnt, half alive. The next morning, the blistering sun attacked them. No food, no water, just 11 men stranded on coral outcrop barely big enough to stand on. Kennedy scouted the surrounding islands, swimming miles each day, looking for water to help. His back screamed with pain, the old injury grinding bone on bone, but he refused to quit. "We had coconuts, saltwater sores, and not much else," said Mick Mahoon. But Jack never let us give up. He was always swimming, scouting, doing something. On the 3rd day, he found Ocelana Island, bigger, greener, with more coconuts. He led his men there, swimming across shark-infested water. There, by sheer luck, they encountered 2 native Solomon Islanders, scouts for the Allies. My man Kennedy had to get help. How'd he do it? He scratched a message into a coconut shell. Are you kidding me? My man needed to write to the Allies, so he grabbed a coconut shell and started carving the message. Nauru Island, native nose position. He can pilot, 11 alive, need small boat. Pure, simple, to the point. I mean, I guess a coconut's not going to give you much real estate to work with, so good stuff. You got the message across. That husk would later sit on JFK's desk in the Oval Office. He looked half dead, handing us that shell, one of the scouts recalled. But his eyes, they were alive. The natives paddled the coconut through enemy waters to an Allied outpost. 6 days after PT-109 went down, Kennedy's crew was finally rescued. When the rescue boat appeared, Ross said, "We didn't even cheer, we just collapsed." Kennedy refused to leave until the last man was aboard. The Navy cited him for extreme courage and disregard for his own safety. Back home, he was a national hero. The Boston Globe hailed him a young hero whose courage burned brighter than the sea that swallowed his ship. Life magazine called him America's fighting gentleman. But Kennedy, he downplayed it all. Classic Jack, part humility, part grin. "It was involuntary. They sank my boat," he quipped. When he came home, Kennedy's back was shattered, his body scarred, his resolve hardened. The PT-109 story became his badge of credibility, a story of leadership under fire. If I learned one thing out there, he later told an aide, it was that a leader doesn't quit. He can be scared, tired, shot to hell, but you don't quit. 2 decades later, as president during the Cuban Missile Crisis, JFK used those same instincts, and boy, did they kick in. Cool under pressure, unflinching when the stakes were life or death, the lessons of PT-109 echoing in every decision. The wreck of the PT-109 lays beneath the waves of Solomon Island. Found decades later, its torpedo tubes silenced, its deck torn, a relic of courage. And that coconut, still preserved, still a reminder of grit, luck, and leadership in its purest form. "We followed him because he never asked us to do anything he wouldn't do himself," said Ross. That's all a sailor needs to know. That don't make you proud to be an American? I don't know what will. This is Recon Lore, where American history isn't just history, it's lore. And if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you want to see something specific, throw comments in the comment section, read them all. And make sure to subscribe so you get more videos like this every chance we can put them out. Thanks again. This is Recon Lore, and I'll catch you on the next one.